Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Everton today have been linked with German World Cup left back Marvin Plattenhardt, plays for Hertha Berlin. He's aged 26, got a very good record in setting up goals, assists wise, good engine, great hair, just like our Leighton. And, you know, the perfect age bracket, I suppose, in terms of left backs. You know, Leighton is obviously 33 now. Still love him. He's a fantastic defender, but he's, you know, we need a real quality left back in there as well. And I think if we were to get Plattenhardt, we've also been linked with Angelino, who is at Manchester City, of course. But if we were to get someone like Plattenhardt, that would fill the void, I suppose. We'd have Baines, Plattenhardt, and then that would give some breathing space to Anthony Robinson, who could develop then and come in, you know, as the understudy almost to Plattenhardt at the end of, you know, maybe Robinson could have another loan period this season, and see where he ends up, do another year, and then he would be in a good position to fight for that place with Plattenhardt, maybe, as, you know, Baines comes towards the end. So it's an interesting one. It's the kind of quality we need. He's obviously an attacking fullback. Marco Silva likes the attacking fullbacks, so that's, you know, to watch this space certainly. But he would certainly be, you know, a good signing for Everton if they were to, you know, if they were able to pull that off. But, you know, watch this space, I suppose, isn't it? Marcel Brands has been speaking about achieving sustainable success at Everton. He said he's not a club hopper. You know, spent length of time at AZ Alkmaar and PSV, and want to spend a good length of time at Everton Football Club, making them as successful as he can be, as, you know, he can. And I think that's important. It's important that we put, you know, people who are going to be around for a bit and have a thread running through the club, so that everything can be filtered into one direction. Because I think at the moment, not the band, I think at the moment, could you call them a band? At the moment, or before Brands came in, there was too many bit fractures within the club, and I think we're finally getting some clarity now, and if everyone can go in the right direction, that will only be achieved by stability. That stability will come from hopefully Brands being there for a length of time, and Marco Silva being successful and remaining at the club for a length of time. So let's see where we go with that one as well. Wayne Rooney is apparently furious with Marco Silva, according to stories. He's very disappointed. I think that Everton have decided that he's got no part to play in Everton's future, basically going forward playing wise. He's been heavily linked with a move to DC United, was filmed and spotted in Belfast by the US consulate, so looks as though he was sorting out a visa for his move to the United States. Yeah, Everton have gone on record, Brands has gone on record, Marcel Brands and Marco Silva as saying he will have a place on the coach, you know, as a coach back at Everton when he decides to return, when he decides to hang his boots up in the States. So it does look as though Wayne Rooney's Everton career is coming to an end for the second time. So we wish him all the best if he goes. And it's his 10th wedding anniversary today, so happy anniversary, Wayne. Dominic Calvert-Lewin won't be leaving Everton. He's apparently rejected the move to fellow Premier League side Bournemouth. Eddie Howe, a big fan of Calvert-Lewin's, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin wants to stay and fight for his place under Marco Silva, and make a go of it at Everton. I personally think Calvert-Lewin will benefit from a loan move, a short-term loan move, maybe from, you know, just recall him in January, get him some regular game time, let him develop a little bit, because he's got all the attributes to be a really, really good centre forward. His finishing isn't great, and that's an area that he has to work on, but I think he's got some really good attributes, and I think if he could get a loan spell and play in, week out, I think he'd develop and come on even more. But again, we'll have to see what Marco Silva's plans are, where that is, you know, where Dominic Calvert-Lewin is concerned. One player who was on loan last season, Callum Connolly, who played 35 games for Ipswich Town in the Championship last season, has said that he enjoyed his spell but he's ready to come back and fight for his future at Everton Football Club. He said it's the loan move done him the world of good. Spoke about playing against Anthony Robinson, Mo Bezic, Kieran Dowell, but he said he's ready to come back and give it a right good go at Everton. He can play right back, left back, and in midfield. He can probably play centre back as well. So again, another youngster. You know, Marcel Brands, Marco Silva have gone on about the youngsters, so it'll be interesting to see whether Callum Connolly can force his way into the reckoning. You know, one of half a dozen kids really in that Everton squad, and you know, if they could all blossom at the right time and together, we could have quite a side on our hands, quite a young side, but a good side as well. Connolly, just back of course and winning the Toulon tournament with England. He scored in the semi-final. I played in the final against Mexico, so all the best to Callum. Hopefully he can kick on. And finally, Everton have missed out on Ezri Konsa, who was moved from Charlton to Brentford. The headline is Everton have missed out. I'm not so sure he would have chosen Brentford over Everton, but we were linked quite heavily with him under Steve Walsh. I know that Everton were trying to get him from Charlton. Charlton wanted too much at the time in January. It was Walsh, and the scouts had watched them a few times, but he's moved on to Brentford, so obviously Marcel Brands and Marco Silva didn't fancy the player, and he has chosen to go to Brentford. So there you go. Yeah, that's it. That's all your news for today. If you haven't subbed, please do so. It only takes a minute. If you want more content, go and join us on Patreon. See you later on Toffee TV.